We're back for the annual sheep shearing. This is our second time. We're basically experts at this point, and the producer can now stand and walk around and get into trouble, so we have to keep an eye on her. This is just basically wrestling sheep.
Once a year we round them up and we put them in a pen, and then we take each one out and trim their hooves, give them an anti-parasitic right before they lamb, so that they're more inclined to stick with their babies when it's cold out. That's the theory anyway. I really don't know if it holds water.
I think this one's looking for its hair.
What is
it? This is Lucy. Please meet my new friend.
If you know the Peanuts character, that's who she's named after.
She's the smartest sheep. She always gets in trouble. If there's a gate open, she will find her way and nail any of your fruit trees. We are skirting. We're skirting the wool so that we get rid of the pieces that are too short, and then the pieces that are dirty, and any debris in it like twigs and hay, that kind of thing. Like this stuff right here doesn't have a good crimp, so we take it out. So we get this for spinners, and they're kind of picky about getting wool that they can spin. And then we'll flip it over and do it on the other side. This is a pretty good fleece. It's got a nice tight crimp. We have a small flock right now. We only have 8 that we're shearing. So the rams, the ram's wool was probably weighed, a good 20 pounds. It's huge, but this will be like maybe 4 pounds. It's not very much.
What is the hardest part about raising sheep, other than how talkative they are?
Banding the baby males, so that they're wethers, because they're going to be meat animals. So,
what does banding mean?
It's taking the testicles and putting a band
castrating them.
Yeah, right. That's just my least favorite thing.
Excuse me, I'm trying to do an interview over here. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's probably the worst thing. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the mandates? Nothing to say? See, this is what they mean by following the sheeple, right? Sheeple. You're just a sheeple. Yeah, sheeple.
The hardest part probably about shearing is the back, because you're bent over all day long, and that's the hardest part of shearing is the back aches.
Your back aches.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it takes a few sheep. I usually figure about 1,000 head of sheep to get your back in shape for shearing. That's quite a few sheep, but yeah. The shoes are a moccasin. The good Lord didn't give you any heel things, or so. I used to shear in my boots, and now I use the moccasins because I sheared with some New Zealanders, and it's your flat-footed. You can feel the sheep. They're just so comfortable. They're like shearing in bare feet. Yeah.
Okay, so what are they exactly?
They're just a piece of leather. You can make them out of. Some people make them out of felting or that too. or leather. Yeah.
And they're moccasins? That's
Just
what they call them?
moccasins, yeah. I mean, they're just barefoot moccasins. Yeah, the only bad thing about it is when they step on your feet, it hurts. But they're nice. I mean, because you're not on your bottom of your foot all the time. You're rocked up all the time. So that's what's nice about them, that you'll be able to move, and then you can feel and get underneath the sheep, stop it from getting up. But yeah, they're just really nice. And then, as a matter of fact, these pants I got on are special sheep shearing pants too, from New Zealand. Yeah.
I guess the New Zealanders really have the monopoly on doing it well.
There's always a contest between New Zealand and Australia. They kind of go back and forth with each other, but they have lots of sheep there. I mean, they dropped the numbers quite a bit lately here, but there used to be a lot of sheep there at one time.
How many sheep do you think you've sheared your career?
Somebody asked me that the other day. I'll bet it's close to 400,000.
You've sheared 400,000 sheep.
Probably in my lifetime. I've been shearing for 54 years.
Why do you do it?
That's a good question. Real good question. It's a disease. You get it and you can't get rid of it. But I love it. You get into a good rhythm and shearing sheep, and we used to shear 80, 100, 120 a day. I can't do it now because my body won't let me do it. I wish I could. But in general, you feel comfortable with the animal, and the animal feel comfortable with you. In general.
What is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you while shearing a sheep?
Flipped upside down with a sheep on top of me.
That must have been fun to see.
That's only happened once or twice, but it has happened. I like to tell a story about I had a sheep that wouldn't, it was like this one here. It was fighting me a lot, and so finally I stopped and slowly worked with it a little bit and talked to it a little bit, and it calmed right down. And the guy that owned the sheep says, "What did you do?" I said, "I just whispered in her ear, there'll never be another you." And she calmed right down.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
If you didn't shear sheep for a living, what would be the next best profession?
Probably, well, I'm a mechanic, so I've been a mechanic all my life too. Well,
is there a similarity between working on automobiles and working on a sheep?
I stick to combines and tractors, pretty much ag equipment. Yeah, and it's hard work too, crawling around the combine and stuff. And somebody said, well, you picked two really hard jobs for your life, a combine mechanic and a sheep shearer, and they're both hard work.
And doesn't this run in the family?
My father was a sheep shearer. Yeah, that's how I got into it. And then,
what was your grandfather?
My grandfather didn't. One thing my grandfather said, sheep shearer is a strong back and a weak mind.
Is that why your dad went into it?
I don't know, but my dad was sheep shearer for all his life, and I sheared with him for a lot of years. I'm 73 now and still shearing. Most people have quit by now. Everybody says, you got to retire. No, don't retire. You still got to shear sheep, and I still do it. Okay,
what do you like the best about it?
I guess the thing that most of the people, I've been at it so long that it's been 40 years that I know families. I watched kids and grandkids grow up, so it's one big, huge family. I've got over 600 people I shear for on my phone. Some of them only have one or two sheep, but I've known a lot of people. Oh, gosh, just getting up to 45 years that I've known people, and that's the thing that you see them once a year and talk to them and the family and stuff. That's what I'm going to really miss when I have to quit doing it, because like I said, these people I've known for over 40 years, a lot of other people that I shear for, because I've been shearing for 54 years.
Best advice for people who are considering getting into this line of work?
Think twice.
Yeah, because you're going to have this outside your door every day.